Greetings, travelers. I'm Chris. Welcome to Lorespire. How's everybody doing? It's going to be our final episode of the Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, patch 0.9. Final episode for at least a while. Why am I so... One second, I'm way too dark. Sorry about that. Let me fix that. Need some light. My bad. All right, there we go. Much better. Much better. Anyways, final episode, Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, patch 0.9. The once and future king, we're playing a two-handed warrior. We're totally owning absolutely everything, one-shotting most things. Last episode was going to be our last episode, but then we found this really cool cult of Death Goddess. And so we decided that we're actually going to go ahead and, we're actually going to go ahead and go through their quest line tonight. And we may do one or two other things depending on just how long that takes, I guess. What's our inventory look like? Yeah, I guess we may as well go ahead and sell while we're here. Anyways, what's up? How's it going? How's everybody doing? There we go. That's better. Go to our favorite after hours vendor over here. Is it Balthazar?
Yeah. Hello. Anything I cannot help you with?
Just need to sell a few items to you, dude. Alright, so chill out. It's gonna be okay. I know you prefer to be sleeping, but won't be long and you will be. Sell that. When you have full health, deal 15% more damage. Increases melee damage by 10%. Nah. Nope. My weak revenant's armor is still better. Still better. Alright, there we go. We're rid of all that stuff. Alright, well, let's get out of here and go see the Death Cult. Get started on their quest. Alright, looks like that's the one. Alright, looks like that's where we're going. need to head right over here. Frickin' bear. I was gonna fight the wolves, one-handed weapons, but I ain't fighting the bear with it. Well, it started getting bright pretty quick there, huh?
Stay sharp. Well, mate, not working. Your money.
Too easy, drill sergeant. I already finished, huh? That really was too easy. Guess we got the proof that we needed. So that's easy enough. Oh, come on. I thought somebody fell over here. Oh, well. We don't really need more loot. We got... Oh, here we go. Damn. That was awesome. That freaking hammer blow knocked them all the way over here. Bad ass. Okay, so where the heck? Guess it's here? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I really need a closer fast travel spot would be nice, but whatever. You know what, as long as we're up here, we may as well go and get old what's-his-name's head. God, these things, yep, still look creepy as ever. Alright, now this guy was totally one-shotting us before in our last playthrough. See if that's still the case here. Maybe we just one-shot him so it doesn't matter. Nope, we're not one-shotting him.
You'll regret this. Your gold belongs to us now.
Damn it. Okay, it's that damn weapon he has.
We'll make short work of you. Did that hurt?
And he's down. Okay, we didn't die. Awesome. Guess we might actually equip that axe over this. Oh yeah. Attacks against targets at full health are always critical. That frickin' sucks. and it ignores blocks and parries. So yeah, we're definitely going to go with that over the honorary blade. It looks pretty sweet too, actually. That's the first cool looking axe I think I've seen in the game. Anyways, where were we at here? Oh, let's change our potions away from those. We probably won't be needing those anymore for a while. You know, as long as we're here, we may as well try one last time to go to Act 2. Sure, it's not going to work, just like it didn't work in our other playthrough, but whoops, did not mean to rest, but oh well. At least we got a save out of it. Damn it. Alright. Let me in! Nope. Still not gonna let me in. Boo. Well, guess we're waiting until the end of May for that. Anyways. Right. We gotta go over here. Hey, Volgager! What is up, my friend? Nice to have you join on in.
Oh, yes!
I thought that maybe with that being an auto crit, that it might be damage might be decent, but we just don't have the damage for one-handed weapons. They also don't have the reach. Don't have that reach. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Been a wee bit? How you been, my friend? Yeah, that's just coming from the cave. Nice, nice. Well, appreciate you jumping on to say hi whenever you see us streaming. We're actually doing quests. We found a death cult. So we're doing their quest line. Makes 3 factions that we've found here in Act 1. I feel like there's gonna be more though, because like an alchemist guild, a geography guild, and then a death cult. Like, feels like there should be some type of like magically oriented guild, maybe some type of warrior oriented guild or something. But maybe they're trying to be different too. Maybe it won't be like that. Definitely feels like there could be more guilds for other gods and goddesses though, since they have one to the death goddess.
You're back. How are things going? Looks like the little bird is starting to grow its feathers. Let me take a look at that. Interesting. So, in the horns of the south, there's still a guy named Froth. He's not the sharpest, but he thinks outside the box. With the right push, he could be useful to us. He'll never be a child, but the role of a mole would suit him just fine. Have a chat with him. Drop a hint here and there. Plant the seed. We'll handle the rest later.
And I certainly do appreciate the support, Bullgager. Yep, gonna be freaking. Oh, ha! That reminds me. I'll be right back. Yep, I ordered the new Stein that they put up on the merchandise store, and it looks freaking sharp. I don't know how well it's actually showing up here. Maybe the lighting's not the best for it, but I was actually, whenever I ordered it, I was kind of like, man, they only got white. I wish they had a black one. But no, white was the way to go. Like, it looks so clean, so good. Um, Whenever I took it out of the box and my wife saw it, she took it away from me and she was like, nope, you're not using this. You can't drink out of it. Um, you know, it looks too nice. And she like made a spot on the shelf to like show it off, and she put it up there. So it's just on display up there, not being used, but I grabbed it off the display, obviously, show it to y'all. Figure you might appreciate it. I got a mug too, but I got to be honest, I got the Death Knight mug, and that's like the Death Knight's already black dark, and they use the gold lettering instead of the white lettering for the Wayward Realms logo. And it doesn't show up real good on the black coffee cup. Like, it does look cool, but it doesn't show up, like, it doesn't stand out. It doesn't really pop. I also got a Wayward Realms hat, but my son took that. So 2/3 of the Wayward Realms merchandise I've ordered so far, taken by my wife and son. He's been wearing it to school every day. Anyways.
Knowledge is power, or something like that. We've always had trouble infiltrating what goes on inside the keep. Now, given the turmoil that prevails in the south, it would be good to be a few moves ahead of the rest.
I don't generally use mine in the microwave because, well, I mostly just drink coffee, and I actually prefer my coffee cold instead of hot. Unless it is like actually really cold, but I live in South Texas, so that doesn't happen very often. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in the Black Death Knight mug just because it didn't like pop out or stand out that well. But the frickin' Stein, the hat looks clean, and the Stein is pretty amazing. Definitely happy with that. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Oh, that's my pet. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what its name is. But we found, or here in the shrine of a forgotten god. We don't know what god it was, just a shrine to some forgotten god. We found an egg, and we carried it around with us, and eventually it hatched into this guy. And we can pet him. And we can tell him to do a trick. I'm thinking that they'll probably have it functioning a little better and maybe have some type of utility or something to it to make it a little more interesting. It is really cute. To be honest, it kind of doesn't fit with the, like, grim, dark, like, aesthetic and vibe and scenery and everything to have this vibrant, cute little tadpole dog guy with 3 eyes following you around. But maybe he'll do something cool in the final release, like grow up into a pet that you can actually use in combat or something. I don't know what an axolotl is. A Minecraft thing? Seems like a Minecraft thing. I know my son got something called like an axolotl from Minecraft anyways. So, anyways, where were we going? Alright, well, go talk to Hrolf at the keep. They love me at the keep. I'm like the... After the captain, maybe Fergus, I guess. After those two, I'm definitely the most popular guy there. Not even close. Tell you what, the melee is actually more fun than the magic, I think. Maybe. Probably. I don't think it's quite as overpowered, just because the magic, you can just kill everybody from range without even getting close to them. But it's more fun because you get to, like, kind of dodge around and you get to smash stuff and watch it fly, and I don't know. Mort. Oh man, I love Mort. I used to actually watch the Nickelodeon cartoon of Penguins of Madagascar just for Mort. Just because of Mort. It's so freaking cute. And funny. I gotta say, I don't think I'd find him as funny now, but whenever that first came out, like in my early 20s, yep, I found it funny then. Oh, damn. Outlaw Knights. Okay, these guys might actually be kind of difficult. Or not. I haven't seen many actual knights out here, but... Nope. Everything's a squish whenever you got a hammer bigger than they are. There you are. Like... I could hear the arrows, I just didn't see the damn guy. Trick shot potion, that's a new one. That's a new one. Shoot an additional arrow when using bow. Holy, wow, that's awesome. Hope I can find a recipe for that. You shoot an additional arrow for 15 seconds. I mean, that's gotta be... Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. You got to be able to get off at least probably at least 12 or 15 arrows in 15 seconds then if you're shooting double. As long as you're kind of rapid firing them, I guess. Not taking too long to aim. We're not really using bows, but consumption increases bow draw speed by 100%, but consumes 5 mana per second. Seems like it would mix pretty well with that other potion that we just found. Archery actually seems to have more, like, potion buffs, like, than any of the other builds. Decreases stamina usage when drawing a bow by 90%. Yeah. Having carpal tunnel syndrome from the hammer? Well, then stick to magic, my friend. Stick to magic. You definitely don't have to do as much dodging around. Although that is done with... Yeah, I guess, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Stick with magic. Definitely less need for dodging around there. You basically do the same thing with the hammer and one-shot most stuff, but you do it from, you know, 30 feet away, so you're never really in any danger. Yeah, I took this hammer from an ogre, I believe. So yeah, it's big. %20 chance to stun targets. It applies burning, and I've also got a bunch of damage increases for two-handed weapons and damage increase based on how heavy the weapon is. This is about the heaviest weapon I could find. So yeah, I was kind of stacking the bonus damage to get it this strong. All right, let's go talk to Hrolf. Yeah, I know you're talking about it in real. That's what I was saying. Use magic so you don't have to like dodge. You don't have to push as many buttons or anything. You can just kind of do it more relaxedly. Might be a little easier on your carpal tunnel, maybe.
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Quanacht. I should have guessed right away. So, who's in charge there now?
Oh, I was just wondering what's going on out there. Here in the south, we have our own affairs. What happens out there in the world? Well, the news doesn't always travel all the way here.
And they should. It's in our common interest.
Oh, I hear there's a
People
rebellion.
are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. The Druids are out of the picture already.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
You see? It takes one to know one. And that means we're just pawns. Folks like us won't change anything. But we have to talk out loud. It suits them when everyone keeps their mouth shut.
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. Over Avalon. Over the whole damn course of history.
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up? And us peasants eventually just started to believe in it.
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. And then they built statues, wrote books, and everything else. You finally get it. It's just a pity that there are so few like us. Well, we just have to keep going, eh? And while we're at it, I have to get back to work. I'm on duty.
What are you up to?
You've been chosen. The children of Morgan want you to be their informant.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you know.
I don't know what I was thinking. Their leader reached out to me one night. Said Morrigan had brought us together. They told me a split was coming. The end of times. And the elites are pushing towards a total annihilation. Now that I think about it, it all sounds nuts. Good thing you took care of them. I'll be your informant. I'll do it for Avalon.
All right. We got the conspiracy nut on Morgan's side. I guess that's good.
Please, stage. Oh. Well, well. The famous Bromar. No face and no life. That savage wiped out an entire unit of Camelot's infantry. But he couldn't take you down, huh? It's like the gods themselves made you for the job. Though I'm not sure which ones. In any case, you've certainly earned the gratitude of the capital. You are truly remarkable. I've never met anyone with such an insatiable thirst for blood. I almost wish there were more bounties left. But alas, you've handled them all. Please, take this as a token of Camelot's gratitude. And keep up the good work. I hope it brings you as much satisfaction as it does me. Go chop off some heads.
Camelot's ring, huh? Max health by 10, stamina by 5. Yeah. It's okay, I guess. Actually, I wanted... should have been using this already. There we go. I want the mana shield ring. Yeah, so this is gonna be our last stream of this, it looks like. Not entirely sure what we're going to stream next. Think about maybe streaming Tactics Ogre, the remake of it. The game I used to enjoy back in the day. Never played the remake. But I picked it up when it was on sale a while back. So I was thinking of maybe streaming that, or I don't know. I was thinking might try streaming Oblivion. That way if the remake ever does come out, we could do a comparison between the original and the remake. Definitely becoming more and more convinced that the remake is not happening, though. Or if it is, it's definitely not coming out on anywhere close to the timelines that have been given so far.
You're back, and something tells me that the matter has been handled. Excellent. Eager to get to work, aren't you? There's a boy, name of Abram. He fell in with the children a while back. I want you to personally see if he fits in with our lovely flock. If you decide that he doesn't, well, make sure he vanishes. For good. You understand? Perfect. Fly off and have a chat with our young friend. Not at the moment, but we're not sure if the boy will crack under pressure. Or worse. Let's just say, he's given us a few reasons to wonder if we rushed into accepting him. Because we can't afford weakness or uncertainty in our ranks. And by that point, he'll know too much. But he's a big boy. He knew exactly what he was getting into. When you're done, either ask him or search what's left of him. Unfortunately, he knows about our next meeting spot.
Okay. all the way up there, huh? Hmm. Starting to feel like maybe the rest of this is done in Act 2? I couldn't figure out how to complete that quest. It's kind of annoying. I spent a while trying to figure it out. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere here. It did show Cuckoo's egg up here earlier, though. So I'm kind of thinking that that's it. Yep. Looks like that's Act 2, so. Alright. Well, we didn't really get to go very far into the Morgan's Death Cult quest line. A little unfortunate. They seem like they could be cool. Interesting. And hopefully in the final game they will be. But here in patch 0.9, not really so much. Not really so much. Let's just run over there and take care of that real quick, I guess. Suppose we could go fight the Abomination. We never actually fought the Abomination in this playthrough.
Did you make sure that no one from the Queen's entourage was following your trail? Beware her spokespeople. And if you're acting on her behalf, be gone and perish!
I'm gonna perish you.
The first time I saw her was years ago, when night fell over Brockmiala, and the gatherers had already fallen into a peaceful slumber. Then, the first sign appeared, a harbinger of what was to come. The mist, thicker than ever before. Wilfred was the first to notice it, as he still tended to the beehives. Finally, from the milky shroud suspended between the earth and the sky, an unexpected procession emerged, led by the Queen of Queens. Oh. We were lucky to be wearing our attire. Along with the mist came stinging troubles. The Queen issued a decree, and that meant trouble. That's right. Troubles are like bee stings. Man swells from them, and later on, he doesn't even resemble a human anymore. The most important thing is that both Brock and Brockmiala were protected. Yes, that's the most important thing.
Sure, yeah.
Depends on who's asking. Do you bring trouble, or are you in need? Do you hear the buzzing of the bee swarm? Or are you carrying that noise yourself? No, I can't hear any buzzing from you. Hold on. You don't know what you're doing here yourself. And you are looking for answers, or the right questions. Ah, well, same difference. My name is Brock. If you need something to shield yourself from evil, you've come to the right place. Of course. Go ahead.
You have sage? I'll take sage. Alright, so we found 3 vendors that sell sage here in Act 1. So that's actually... yeah. Between the 3 vendors, you can definitely make a ton of healing potions if you need to.
I hope your protective beads won't get much use. Travel safely.
I don't know, but the traveling merchants we've met all seem to be crazy. You think some queen's chasing him? Something? I don't know. Maybe we'll get something more on his story at a later date. Seems like a... I don't know. I don't know what the hell that is. Hey, Arentir! I can't tell if you're joking or being serious. I hadn't heard anything about having a farm. I think that's all of the signs for walking the fields.
It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. It was a symbol of what we stood for. Strength, justice, the will to carve a path forward. A weapon, yes, but also a promise. I wanted them to remember, to fight for those ideals, to uphold them, even when I was gone. Even when there was no king left to lead them.
Oh, well, that's cool. So you'll be able to get a farm, and will it be like your own little house that you can live in, or? And you can only plant the first seed. That means you can only plant it one time. Still, the more sage you can get, the better. And yeah, the Middle Ages version of the tinfoil hat guy. Yeah, he seems like the tinfoil hat guy. You're right. Apt observation.
Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tainted Grail wouldn't hold, not forever. That the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, at our very bones, until nothing human remained. But he still fought to map a way forward, to carve some sense into this land. And in the end, the land swallowed him whole anyway.
Oh, okay, cool. I apparently haven't come across that one. But they've confirmed that that will eventually lead to you being able to plant the farm however you like. Should definitely be helpful.
We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth. Our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man. Not something we ever had words for. A shadow wearing 1,000 torn banners, moving like it had no shape of its own. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't recognize, and then he was gone. Not killed, not struck down, just gone. Like the land itself had taken him back.
Interesting. Anything to identify? Nope. Alchemy to do, but we can fast travel. Actually, as long as we're here, what if we go and check this out? See what the heck's up here. Tomb of the Good Druid, huh? And we've hit level 30. In the fortress, I think I might know where you're talking about then, maybe. Although I don't remember getting to plant anything there, but maybe I should have talked to the guy. Grindelows piss me off, but they're actually not so bad anymore. What the hell are these floating things? Are those dryads? That's a dryad, isn't it? Pretty sure that's a dryad. Yeah, shit. Of course they use magic. Alright, so if I'd been here before, I would have known that that was a dryad that we'd seen before in the last stream with the ritual. Your magic is weak, dude. Weak sauce. Yeah. This is a place it seems we probably should have come to earlier, or could have at least. What is this? Ah, meteorite. We need this to upgrade our frickin' hammer. I could never find any. Finally found some. Now that we're basically done. Oh, that's cool. It's my final experiment. If it works, no other child will suffer Emmet's fate. If it fails, then only the gods know what horrors may be unleashed. Everything is ready. Now all I can do is pray. Pray with me, children. Well, it seems it probably did not go the way that he was hoping. Feeling like there's going to be either a Grindelow or a Dryad boss at the end of this. Feeling more like Grindelow. Again, I guess there was a Druid here, so maybe that speaks more to Dryad. What the balls are you? These are the... They look like the Abomination. I don't know. Or maybe like that frickin' thing that you have to fight in the prologue now that has that two-handed sword. I forget what it was called, but it killed us. You remember that? Hey, Tanner! How you doing, my friend? How you doing? How you doing? We don't get a whole lot of Twitch followers dropping on by, so appreciate you chiming in. That's the Tanner asked, do you recommend waiting until 1.0 to hop into this game? Looks sick. Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great for what it is. I've had a lot of fun with it. I mean, I would actually say jumping in now to familiarize yourself with it. Like, you know, there's a good 30 plus hours here in patch 0.9 of gameplay. More than that, if you want to try out different builds or run through it multiple times. You know, on the other hand, if you don't want to have to go through the same story, you know, again in just like 6-7 weeks whenever it releases, then that's kind of a personal choice. But they've made some major improvements here. My understanding is this is at least pretty close to what the final 1.0 release should be. It's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I think that most people would probably have fun with it, playing it now, and not regret, you know, playing it now than having to replay Act 1 whenever the game releases at the end of May. There are still a few bugs and some every now and then, like some frame rate and stutter issues. We've had a couple of crashes, but as long as you're not playing on survival mode or hardcore mode, you can set it to autosave as often as you like up to as often as I think like 1 or 2 minutes. So you know, if you just set the autosave, you know, to go like every 5 minutes or less, then even if you have a crash, you don't really lose anything. It's actually one of my favorite features about it. Too many games do not autosave often enough. Ooh, that bow worth it? I thought that was a bow. Consecutive attacks deal 1 more damage. Not bad. Not the best bow, and not one that we're going to use because we don't have a lot of dexterity. But anyways, yeah, I've pretty much only played this 2-handed warrior build that we have going on now, and a combat magic caster build. Like I say, they were both a lot of fun. And once you get some levels under your belt and you get your build going, they're both pretty overpowered. I feel like I'm missing something. Like that walkway over there. Okay. The story's been solid enough. Like, it starts out really strong with the prologue. Yeah, you should actually get the option to skip the prologue if you want, but I would definitely go through it at least once. But yeah, it starts out pretty strong with the prologue and the beginning of Act 1. Then it's kind of just like your standard fare whatever for a while, but then once you get kind of deeper into Act 1, you actually start getting parts of the main story again instead of just side quest stuff. And then it starts getting pretty interesting again. The stuff with Arthur and like seeing what happened to him and just what's happened in history versus what the myths and legends are and what the truth is and all that stuff has all been entertaining. You know, it's definitely not like Baldur's Gate 3 level storytelling or anything like that, but it's good. I've enjoyed it. Damn. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to get to those inside that that cell that was there. I thought I'd be able to, but well, this is definitely, yeah. This game will scratch that kind of itch. Oblivion, Skyrim kind of itch for sure. It's definitely darker. But as far as gameplay goes, yeah, it'll definitely scratch that itch for you. not revolutionary in any of those ways or anything, but it's definitely made to kind of scratch that itch with a darker, grimmer tone. Also, the crafting and whatnot that's here, not like super advanced or in depth or anything, but I definitely think it's better done than the crafting in either Skyrim or Oblivion. So you can't. Oh damn it! That just took me back inside. Thought that was like a little totem that was there that maybe I could pray to, or a shrine or something. Anyways, yeah. Though you can't like make your own magic, but they do seem to have a good variety of spells. Presumably they'll have an even better variety on release. No, there's not any multiplayer. It's single player only. No multiplayer. Let's see, where was I going with this? That is a good port, Arentir. The map is definitely smaller, although the map is definitely smaller, but it's well packed, and the game really does reward exploration, like far more often than not. Whenever I go and explore something, like I find something that makes it worth my while, which I really like. You know, that's definitely high marks for that. You know, some games it's just like 3/4 of the time whenever you go to explore something that might look interesting, it's like, there's nothing there. But anyways, yeah, the map is not that big, but it is packed full of stuff to do. And this is only Act 1. Act 2 takes you to a new map. And then presumably Act 3 will as well. Oh, I was going to fast travel. I would also say that enemies are more varied than what you would find in like Oblivion or Skyrim, like their attack patterns and just how they are, so that makes combat a little more interesting. Also, I really like the way that they handle magic in this game, just the animations and the looks, and the ability to cast in one hand or two hands, and to have different effects for spells, whether you charge them or not. It's not just like a more powerful version of the spell. Like, they'll actually have different effects, which is really cool. So yeah, I would say all those things kind of combine to make combat more interesting than what you get in Skyrim or Oblivion, and probably most other similar type games. You'll see that I'm just kind of one-shotting everything right now, but that's because I'm kind of over-leveled at this point. And I've got really good gear and stuff. Things are definitely not this easy whenever you're fighting enemies that are maybe more towards your level. Yeah, you should definitely definitely give it a try for sure. And you know, drop back in. Even if we're not streaming this game, this is probably going to be our final episode of this game until it releases. We've already done a couple of playthroughs on this patch. Dang it. Yeah, it was one of those shell heads. Hitting him in the head wasn't being super effective. One thing that is maybe pretty different is that there's no healing magic in this game, or the only healing magic is like life transference spells, not like magic that you can use to heal yourself with outside of combat. But I actually like it better that way because it makes finding food and cooking and stuff like that, like it gives it more of a purpose, and it also gives you less incentive to use magic, you know, with like pure melee builds, or, you know, builds that might normally be like pure physical damage builds. There's not so much incentive to use magic just to heal or something like that. And I totally just passed up where I was wanting to go earlier, just kind of talking and combating. This is pretty much the first time we've used magic. I don't even have enough magic to cast that spell. Or actually, it may be that I don't have the spirituality to cast that spell. Anyways, you can see that the enemies kind of have varied attacks. I can't really fight these guys with magic, though. Anyways, there's our quest giver up there. Go complete this guild quest. I believe it's the Geographer's
Hello
Guild.
again, traveler. I hope the road has treated you kindly. Thank you. I know it might seem small, but you may have just saved someone's life. Probably not, but one can only hope. Here is the promised payment. We're one of the oldest and most prestigious guilds on Avalon, founded by Eru the Fast Rider shortly after King Arthur arrived on the island. For centuries, we've roamed Avalon, mapping every corner and trying to understand its very essence. And that's what we continue to do, because change is in the land's nature. Our work will likely never be done. Safe
All right,
travel.
cool. Good to know.
Well met.
All right,
May
so
your path-
I guess that's all they have here. Maybe in the final release there'll be more to do here, but with the Cartographer's Guild, or maybe we just have to meet somebody else from the guild to get a new task. She only had the one. Actually, let's head back, and I can show you a little bit about customization options and stuff. There's not any customization options like in the way of like transmogrification or like making gear look different. But they actually do have ways to customize gear to give it specific effects and whatnot like that, which is pretty cool. I actually just found some meteorite, which I'd been looking for to upgrade my weapons, so I wanted to go do that anyways, so we can take a look at that pretty quick. As far as loot goes, there's plenty of different types of armors for different builds, you know, stealth builds, melee builds, magic builds. They have quite a few different types of potions for various things, restoring mana, buffing yourself, restoring hit points, increasing bow draw speed, letting you fire more arrows, increasing your crit chance, increasing fire damage, you know, being able to like add fire damage or chill damage or poison damage or whatever to your weapons, stuff like that. So I feel like they have a pretty good variety of items. There's lots of food and stuff like that to collect for cooking. They have various recipes that you can learn that have different effects. Most of them just heal, although some of them will give you some kind of buff on top of it. Let's see if we can upgrade this. Anyways, yeah, well, I feel like here you go to handcrafting, and that's like all the stuff that you can craft. And you can learn crafting by buying, you know, books from vendors or finding them out in the world or whatever. And you can learn how to craft stuff like that. Then you come here and you can craft whatever it is that you have the materials for. And it's pretty straightforward. Like if I want to craft this knight's breastplate, just come here, click on it. It'll tell me what it is. 10 armor, regenerate stamina 33% faster after overexerting yourself. Which overexerting is whenever you run out of stamina. Anyways, shows you the ingredients, and you can actually add extra ingredients if you want to make it more likely to succeed or be stronger or better, because there is a chance that whenever you craft, depending on your crafting skill and what you're crafting, there is a chance that you'll get experience for it, but the item that you make will be broken, so can't use it. Like that right there. There are ways to increase your crafting, which is, you know, you can make stuff to increase your crafting skill. They also have a stat called practicality that will increase your crafting skill as well as do other things for you. Let's see, you can come here to upgrade weapons or armor or whatever, which is what I want to try to do. I want to upgrade this. I haven't seen a porta potty or TARDIS. I don't know. Not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, the UI is good. Like, it's minimalist, but it's very functional. And it works well. It does. Like, I'm good with the UI. I think the UI is done well. The only thing I wish is that they would add like a search option to the menu, because whenever you're got a lot of stuff in your inventory and you're looking for like a certain reagent or something like that, or a certain potion, it would just be nice to be able to search for it. That's really my only complaint about the UI. But anyways, I wanted to upgrade, what was it, this hammer. We got the materials for it. That's the upgrade cost. So there we go. Upgraded it, and now does more damage. It's a Hammer of Stupefaction +2. And it looks like maybe we'll just grab another. He should sell crafting stone or sharpening stones. Which are used for the upgrade. Let's go back and we'll upgrade that one more time. And I'm not sure if +3 is as high as you can go, or if that's just as high as you can go with the skill, but it took it off the option to upgrade it. So, but yeah. Even more damage now. And you can also put relics on weapons. So you got relic slots. Actually, let me take this. So weapons and armor do not start off with relic spots, but from what I've seen, all of them have up to 2 relics that you can add. So it costs 500 to add a relic slot, and then after you add one, you can put whatever relics you found into them. They have different effects. I think I have more in my chest. These are the only ones I have on me. Like, I can add this pearl, and it'll now inflict fire, or have a chance. I don't think it's every time, but it'll have a chance to set the target to start burning whenever I hit them with that weapon. And then if I wanted to, I could add another slot. And what's cool about this is that in a lot of games, once you set a relic like that, like, you might just lose it. But you can actually just retrieve the relic if you want. So if I was gonna like sell this, I could just take the relic out and use it on another weapon, or have it in case I wanted to use it later. Same thing if I go over here to armor. I've been using this for a while, so I probably should have set something to it, but I can add a relic slot, and then I can add whatever relics it is that I have. This one right here ignites enemies when they hit you in close combat. That's kind of cool. Let's go with that. I'm gonna add another 500 and reduce the stamina cost by 4. I like that. And then we take my headpiece here, and we'll throw the other armor relic that I have in there to increase my stamina regeneration. And then they also have another option here where you can actually reduce the weight of your armor, you know, which is a cool option to have. I don't have a whole lot of armor that weighs a whole lot, I don't think. But anyways, I don't have the meteorite needed right now. But you can see here that you can just reduce the weight of your armor. Like this right here will go from 10 to 8.8, cost 300 and that. So it's just a cool extra option to have. Definitely not, I'd say it's the least important of all these though. Next game you're looking for is Mandragora. Haven't heard of that one. Anyways, so yeah, that's just kind of how the upgrades and whatnot look or work. I can show you the alchemy real quick while we're here. Alchemy, pretty straightforward. It's just going to be whatever it is that you want to make. These are the ingredients. You select what you want to make and you can make it. Bloodsucker potion +1 increases lifesteal by 10% for 22 seconds. Go ahead and craft it. And because my alchemy is not very high, it actually came out as a weak bloodsucker potion. But yeah. That's pretty much how that works. And you can actually craft items if you just know the recipe. Like, if you just know it off the top of your head because you played the game before, you looked it up or whatever, you can actually just add the ingredients that you want together here. I think you can do that. I know you can do it for cooking. Actually, you may not be able to do that for alchemy. So yeah, maybe I'm lying to you there. My bad. For cooking, you can just add whatever ingredients you want. I guess for alchemy, you have to know the recipe, which I didn't realize, but good to know. Good to know. There is also fishing, which is pretty bare bones, but better to have it than not have it. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. They do have a system by which they like record like the biggest fish that you've caught, the heaviest, the longest, so that you can kind of, I guess, get excited whenever you set a new record for yourself or something. They do have stashes, which whenever you're in town or whenever you're using a crafting table, it'll just automatically pull from your stash. So every time you come to town, you can put all of your ingredients in your stash, and then you'll just have access to those ingredients whenever you go to craft something somewhere, which helps with encumbrance and is a nice little quality of life feature. As far as I could tell, there's no limit to how much you can put in your stash, so... Metroidvania Souls-like, the demo's up. Well, if there's a demo for it, I might check it out. Usually not super big on super hardcore Souls-like games, but... Oh, and then here's the cooking. You have your recipes. Right now I don't have very many ingredients, but you can buy them or you can find them. You can make your recipes. And the cooking, you can actually just add whatever ingredients you want to experiment with. Or if you know a recipe off the top of your head, you can just make it. Or you can randomize it. And if you just make the recipe one time, or if you get lucky with a randomization, and it makes a recipe, like it'll save that so that you can just go to your recipes and make that again later. So you can learn recipes by experimenting or by... finding them or purchasing them. See here, he's got a few books so that I could learn to make these things if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna use any of that stuff, so that's why I haven't learned it. They also have a nifty buyback option, so that if you sell something, you can just buy it back. And it also seems to keep everything that you've ever sold to a vendor, like, ever. So even if you like sold a quest item or an item that you want, like at the very beginning of your playthrough, and you're like, oh crap, I want that back or something, even if it's been like 20 hours, you can go back and just go to buy back and find it in there, buy it back. You also have a hot wheel right here where you can kind of access stuff. Or you can use 1, 2, 3, 4 to switch between your weapon sets, or you can hit the wheel and select which one you want. You can also select up to like 3 potions and food items down here that you can use through the wheel, or you see the C and X in the bottom. C switches it from one to the next, and then X consumes it. There's also a time slowdown, like you get some different powers where you can do some different things. And I've actually not really used it, but maybe we'll go and use that. I don't think we've used it one time this playthrough, actually, but maybe we should go use it. I thought this place might have respawned. The enemies here might have respawned, but I guess they haven't. The place isn't cleared yet, though, so there's still got to be somebody here. So it would seem. Hmm. You know, I wasn't looting the bodies here because we were close to being encumbered. Damn it, I forgot to get my shovel back. Lost my shovel. So I can't dig that up. That's annoying. Such is life, I suppose. I'm pretty sure inside here we killed Bald Kate. And everybody else who was in here, but let's just double check. Yep. Bald Kate, headless Bald Kate.
Please, don't kill me. I'm not with them. Not by choice. Don't let my face fool you. The only thing I've ever raided is my wife's pantry, after she made the preserves.
Why are you branded?
That's Kat's way of recruiting. When she needed something, she just took it. People included. She wanted a tanner, and back in the day, I was known for my skills. And Kat always got what she wanted. I never told my wife, but Kat sent one of her men to ask if I'd come willingly. I refused. Now it feels like all this is my fault. I tried to convince Kat I'd be useless to her. It wasn't even a lie. I have bad joints. I can't work the tanning rack anymore. None of that mattered. No, she showed up the next day with her thugs and a branding iron. She gave me a choice. Take the brand willingly, and she'll spare my wife. Or she'd brand me anyway, and Rawson. I couldn't let that happen.
Yeah, I remember Rawson told us about him. I think she actually wanted us to find him for her. Maybe that was in the previous playthrough, though. I know we never found him in that one.
In the horns of the south, I hope. I begged her to run, but I don't know if she made it. I've been so worried. I miss her so much. We're just too old for all of this. But they won't let me in. The keepers will see the brand and think that I'm a bandit. And what if they tell me to take it off? They'll think I'm trying to sneak in. Blasted Kat. Even dead, she's still ruining my life. Wait, maybe if I bring Kat's head to the horns, that'd prove I'm not with them. What do you think?
Sure, here, you can take it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. May the All-Mother bless you. If there's a reward for Cat's head, it's all yours. I really hope Rossin is safe and sound somewhere in the Horns. That's the only thing that matters.
All right, well, let's go check up one, though. This game does not have very many happy endings, but maybe this will be one of the few happy ending, bright spot type situations we get to witness. It is kind of annoying me, though, that I don't know. I'm just gonna chalk this up to being bugged because I'm sure we've killed everybody that's here. Unless there's actually a building over that way. Maybe it's counted as part of this. Yeah, that could be it. Let's go check that out real quick. Did we just crash? No, I think we just crashed. Damn you, Athletics, for giving me experience in crashing the game. We are on survival difficulty, so we don't get an autosave every 5 minutes, so that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I would definitely suggest not playing on survival or hardcore difficulty right now just because of that reason. There aren't a lot of crashes, but they do happen. Like, I think we've been averaging maybe like one a stream. After we got past like the 10-12 hour mark, I don't think we really had any before then. Once you get to a certain point, maybe just because it's not optimized super well, it does seem to start crashing, you know, once every 4 or 5 hours or something like that. I think I saved just before we transported there. Yeah, I did want to see if we were going to get a happy ending for that quest. Hopefully I did save right before we left. Anyways, for anybody who's not aware, game's in early access now, and it's scheduled to come out on May 30th, I believe. So, we're looking at like 7 weeks before you can play the 1.0 of this. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Oh, nice. Every now and then, even whenever you're in survival difficulty, it will auto-save. Like whenever you're zoning through an area or something like that. And I guess it did here. So, nice. That worked out well for us. Anyways, maybe we got to clear this place here too. Maybe this is considered part of that.
You're no match for our band.
Any more of you? Ah, sage. Love me some sage. I know we've been here before because we had a bounty here. And we came and collected, so... Yeah, I don't think that ended up being what we needed for this, but yeah. Hopefully they'll fix whatever the issue is that's preventing us from finishing this quest before the release at the end of May. Oh, who are you? Oh, nice knife kiss Tessa. Don't usually find named mobs out here in the middle of nowhere like that. Again, named mobs usually a lot more difficult than that. I think that's what we needed. We needed to take her out. Now this should be occupied by our forces, I believe. I think, maybe. I know the other places were occupied by our force. Damn it. I guess not. I guess that wasn't it. Oh, wait. Ah, it was it. Yes. Look, our forces are here now. The keepers are here. Once you get to a certain point, you can start clearing out areas and your forces will actually take over them. Gives you like a little safe haven areas. It's cool to see the world actually change. I'm hoping in the final version, like maybe they'll even throw some shopkeepers or something in at these places, or like a place to rest or something to give them a little more utility. But for now, it's just cool to have allies out in the middle of the world and see the world change a little bit from your actions. Now let's go see if we can help this dude. Branded an X. Okay, that's what I thought. Rustin's over here at the seaside village. I believe she's, yeah, right up there. Oh, is that?
I promise you, dear.
He even found her already.
He's dead. We're safe here now.
And they just let you in with that brand? No trouble at all?
No, none at all. You see, I had some help. Oh, you're here. Good. This is my savior, the only one who took down Bald Cat. Oh, I really owe you for that. Here, I got a reward for Cat's head. Of course, no one believed I was the one who killed her. But to that pencil pusher up there, a head's a head.
And this is from me. It's not much, but no amount of gold could ever repay having my husband back. No need to worry, love. As long as we're together, we'll be just fine.
Yes. I hope they'll let us stay here a bit longer. We'll make ourselves useful, but I just don't have the strength to move on right now.
My poor dear. Don't worry, I'll take care of you now. And before long, you'll be as right as rain.
All right, so we did. We had a happy ending for the lovely couple. I mean, he is kind of scarred and maimed for life, but still, relatively happy ending. Your playthrough of Tainted Grail has been crashing a lot. How far are you into the playthrough? I'll tell you, mine used to crash a lot, like pre-patch 0.7, it would crash all the freaking time. It's actually why I stopped playing it very much. Because I was planning on streaming it like every time there was a patch update from like starting from like a couple of years ago whenever it first came out. But I always had really bad crashes that didn't really go away until patch 0.7 came along. And now I still have the occasional one. Once I reach about 10, 12 hours or so into a playthrough, it starts happening. But it's not been like real often. This is definitely the longest playthrough that I've had. Not sure what we're at. This is 14 hours. That cannot be right. And if it is right, then it must be like 6 or 7 hours into the playthrough, 8 hours. I swear we've played for like 20 plus hours though. Playthrough. Well, I feel like I've streamed it for at least 14 hours, and I actually played this one quite a bit offline or off stream.
Oh, mother have mercy, not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to make any trouble? That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people. The deck? Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor. Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets. Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining places where things fit. Where chairs don't wobble, tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds, well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep. Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan the Grumbler. But, hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs. Oh, she's a real piece of work, that one. Her name's Lady Elisa. Something. I don't remember. She came here with her husband. Poor man. I never heard him get a word in. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her, I'd just end up being a keeper all over again.
All right, so at this village, there's actually a house that you can buy. And looks like this guy right here is the person that will sell you furniture or furnishings for the house, I guess. I'm gonna buy that shovel since I lost my shovel. Kind of weird. He seems to sell you furnishings. Then he's also got like wood. Yeah, I think you just buy the furnishings. I was thinking maybe you might craft them, but that would almost certainly be in a crafting skill book, like all the other crafting that you can do. Not sure how I'm supposed to repair the deck, but sure, I'll buy it. Why not? Let's go do it. Well, maybe that's why he sells wood, because you need 50 wood to repair it, which makes sense. Could need something for it, right?
That's you.
There are actually spots where you can just chop wood for free and chop any amount that you want, but I don't feel like doing that, and I don't really need the money for anything, so we're just gonna buy 50 wood. I guess I could try to save up to buy the house here, but seeing as how this is like the last time I play this character, I'm not going to be saving up for the house. So even though you're level 10, maybe you're a little further along in hours than what you otherwise would be at level 10. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe level 10 or 15-ish is whenever my crashes started happening. I would have sworn it was like around hour 10 or 12, but according to the game, we've only been playing 14 hours, which I'm still finding hard to believe. I wonder if their timer is off or something.
Ah, that's you. Do you need something? You did? I thought I heard some hammering. Oh, well, thank you for that. Truly. One less thing to worry about, right? Here, I put aside some money from my budget. You've earned it. And you have my gratitude.
Let's see if it's more than the 900 that I paid you for the wood to repair it.
I'd ask you to fix the refugee barracks, but, well, there's no budget for making people's lives slightly less miserable. We'd have to do with something less spectacular. There are two places around here that could use some fixing up. First, there's the old gate. It used to be a proud marker for our territory, but now it's more of a sorry welcome sign. Then, there's the monument to the sea creature. It's been weathered down by the salty breeze, and honestly, it's starting to look less monumental and more pathetic. If you could restore them, it would do wonders for morale, and maybe even impress Fergus. What do you say?
Sure. We'll
that's the
play repairman.
spirit. I knew I could count on you. Once those are back in shape, this place might start looking like it's cared for again.
Be nice if they would tell me what I needed in order to repair it. $50 more wood. Yep, that is looking pretty pathetic. And 50 more wood. Damn it. Alright, let's see. Do I have a wood axe still, or have I? Okay, I got... Well, I've got a broad axe, but I think I can use that to chop wood. Almost kind of sort of certain. Let's head back over here because I know there's a spot to chop wood here. And we'll go chop 50 or 100 wood, I guess. I think it's up here, just past this. My old man brain. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Sorry, old man brain. Didn't mean to insult you. Yep, I should have just came and did this before and saved 900. Oh, never mind. There's a limit to it. I didn't realize there was a limit to how much wood you could chop at these places. Well, I mean, it does make sense, even if it is slightly annoying. We got 18 out of that. Well, let's see if we can just get up to 50, because if we can get up to 50, then we can purchase the rest. Oh, we got another level. Nice, nice. Oh, I didn't know they had a healing. I should have looked at this. This is like the one that I haven't looked at. Food regenerates 10% more health, increases incoming healing by 10%, resting gives you a random blessing, increases max health by 5%. For 2 seconds after taking damage, your next hit will heal you for 5%. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. The crafting and trading should probably be... You can actually reset your points pretty easily, so you might do... it might take you a little bit out of the... might be a little bit immersion breaking, but this might be ripe for just crafting up your gear. Put all your points here. If it actually has that effect, special dishes are 50% more potent. Fishing rods 30% more durable. More likely to catch a bigger fish. 50% chance to recycle a single resource when crafting. Craft arrows at a campfire. Craft weapons and armors at a campfire. You no longer craft weak items, so that would be pretty good. Crafted items have reduced weight by 1 level. That's pretty good. Potions require 50% less alcohol. Potions last twice as long on you. That's pretty good. Fueling your campfire with ethereal cobwebs is 50% cheaper. Yeah, not really that great. But yeah, getting up to here so that you no longer craft weak items. You know, it might be worth resetting your skill points just for that. Recycling your resources whenever you're crafting would also be helpful. This is actually kind of cool for status effects. Debuffs deal more damage. You can deal more damage to somebody who has debuffs on them. More damage if they have 2 or more debuffs. Like that could be pretty good to pair up with stealthy rogue or archer build, or maybe if you get enough debuffs from magic. I have to try to remember that. That could actually be worth it. That's actually not bad. That would be another 14%. So for 2 points here, it would increase our armor value a little bit, and would get 14% more melee damage. That's pretty damn good. Receiving melee damage returns 25% of it back to the attacker. Nice. Gain up to 10% damage reduction depending on your missing health. Increased carry weight. No, that's not actually carry weight. I'm not sure what that is. Armor weight threshold? I'm actually not sure what that is. 1 extra armor, yeah. That's pretty good. Chance to negate all incoming damage. Damage negation chance is increased by ×2 if you have a light load, or 1.5 if you have, so you can get up to 12%, assuming that increases by 2% each time. Not bad. And the armor weight thresholds, that's got to be light, a light load or a medium load or a heavy load, I guess. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Hadn't really looked at these very closely like I had the other ones. Some interesting stuff there to consider. Okay. What were we doing? We got 18 and we need 82 more wood. I believe he sells wood. Alright, so that gives us 48 wood. I know another place nearby where we can chop some wood. Probably a lot of places to chop wood. I just haven't paid much attention to it because I've never really needed wood much. But I am sure that there's a spot. Yeah, right there. right there. I think. Hopefully. Maybe there's not. Sell me some wood, maybe? Nope. Ah, there it is. Okay. $66, that should be enough. Then we can buy 34 more from the dude, so could be good. Guy whistles about as well as I do IRL. Or this woman. Not sure if you're still around or not, Tanner, but if you are, you can see you can ride a horse. Not gonna lie, it's not much, if any, faster than going on foot. And it doesn't handle super well. Hopefully they'll have some improvements coming for that. It is an option, though. Alright, let's go purchase that 34 wood and we'll fix this place up. Maybe they'll, I don't know, maybe they'll like give us the house for free or something for being such a good Samaritan. That would be nice.
Ah, that's you.
Yep, I need all your wood, or a lot of your wood. Like 2,000 gold now that we spent on wood to repair this place, so hopefully it pays off in the end. Looks better than it did. This should hopefully look a whole lot better than it did. Oh yeah, yeah. That one definitely looks vastly improved. He's gonna tell me to fix something else. I just know it.
Ah, that's you. I know. The gate's standing proud again. And that monument. Well, it actually looks like something worth remembering now. Folks around here might not say much, but they'll notice. A place that looks cared for makes people care more in return. Good work. If I had a medal to give, I'd pin it on you myself. Maybe Fergus will even crack a smile. Or at least grunt in approval. That's about as good as praise gets from him. Either way, you've done well. If something else comes up, I'll let you know.
Nope, he doesn't have anything else for us. Alright, so unless that does lead to something else, it was probably not worth it. 230 experience. I didn't actually notice what we got for the first one, but I'm gonna guess not that much. So not super rewarding, I guess. Unless it does lead to something else later down the line. How about we end this stream with a little bit of fishing off of the new pier that we built? And that's probably gonna do it for this playthrough. Unless something else comes up at some point. Of course, I got rid of my fishing pole too, but that's all right. I bet this. You look like you sell fishing poles.
Buying anything?
Fish off the deck. It's not a pier, it's a deck. No, Jeff, no 6-hour stream tonight. There's just not that much left to do. I guess there are like 1 or 2 more things we could do. I gotta figure out what game we're gonna stream next. Anybody have any preference between Oblivion or Tactics Ogre? Oh, damn it. I messed that up. I accidentally right-clicked, which I guess cancels it. That was my fault. I don't know, I have to look around. Maybe I'll find something, another game that makes more sense than than either of those two. Anyways, you can see this is pretty simple. You just keep the hook in the orangish brownish area until those circles on the left are gone. It's definitely not the greatest fishing game. I'd say it's better to have this than no fishing at all. But I do hope they find a way to improve it. At the very least, they could make it not take so long here. Because I feel like it's definitely more efficient to just go buy the damn fish. Although, that actually did give me 5 fish. That was pretty good. That gave me 5. Yeah, Tactics Ogre is actually an isometric RPG from the 90s. And then they I think it's just like a remastering. I don't think it was a full-on remake in 2022 for PC. I don't know, maybe for console as well. But anyways, I did used to love the old school version. Since our channel actually started out playing, you know, isometric type CRPGs almost exclusively, thought it might make some sense because of that and just be something that I would enjoy, but mostly doing it just because there's not any other games that I'm interested in right now. I was kind of holding off for Oblivion because I wanted to just play the remake, but now I don't think the remake's coming because whenever we finished, we went from Daggerfall to Morrowind, and then the plan was to go from Morrowind to Oblivion. You know, because Daggerfall and Morrowind were both pretty popular, and I had a lot of fun with those two. And the plan was to go to Oblivion, but about the time that we finished Morrowind, it's like, oh, well, here's the possibility of the remake for Oblivion coming out this year. So I decided to hold off and just play the remake, but should have known that the remake was BS. Should have known. Although Sky Oblivion is still supposed to come out sometime this year. Anyways, that's the fishing. The fishing. Yeah, I mean, if this were a playthrough of the full game, then I would definitely need to save money instead of buying fish. And I could definitely use money to buy this house because it's 20,000 gold. I don't... Huh. I didn't know I could cast the fishing rod here on land. Okay. Doesn't seem to have any effect as you would expect, but anyways. Yeah, right now there's definitely not a need to save any money, that's for sure. Throw it in the water one more time. One last time. You gotta wait around a while. It's kind of boring. Although from the pier, we weren't really waiting at all. So maybe if you fish from a pier, then it's a lot more quick, and I guess that would make sense. Like if you just fish in a random spot, then it takes longer to get a bite. But if you fish somewhere that was made for it, then, you know, you catch fish more readily. I suppose there's some sense to that. Anyways, I would like to thank our Patreon Senior Council member supporters, Sam H. and jpinnegar. Thank you guys for supporting us at such a high level on Patreon. Really do appreciate that. I'd like to also thank Random Nathan Simeone and Malfus the Swift for supporting us at various levels on Patreon. And I would like to thank our Lorespire YouTube channel membership supporters for supporting us with YouTube channel memberships. They are poopSMASH, Greg R., Malfus the Swift once again, jpinnegar once again, Genevra Izzo, Random once again, and our very own Jeff, who's in the chat with us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel.
Yes!
Free way to show us some support. You can, you know, like this stream, subscribe to the channel. We'll definitely be coming out with a lot of content for Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon at the end of May, whenever it releases. And I've actually been in contact with the developer, and it looks like we may get the game a little before it releases. So we may even have content of the final release before it releases. So that'll be cool. So if you want to check that out and see what patch 1.0, the final release, looks like before you can actually play it or before you actually buy it, you know, give us a sub and keep an eye on it, and we'll almost certainly have that for you at the end of May. All right, we're done for tonight. I'm thinking no stream tomorrow night. I'm gonna do some stuff with the family, I think. My wife's off, and I also have a job interview tomorrow afternoon, so I'm not sure how long that'll take, but it's not until 4 p.m. So anyways, probably no stream tomorrow night, but we'll be back with something on Wednesday night. I'll have to decide what it's going to be. Possibly Tactics Ogre, possibly Oblivion. If it is Oblivion, it'll be modded Oblivion. Possibly something else. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming and for hanging out. Hope that y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and sub. And I will catch y'all later. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Been without a job for pretty good while now. And things are not looking very good economically, so definitely need to get back to where I'm making some money again. Figured I should grab a job while they're still available. But anyways, I will catch y'all later. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.